Big Mac meal doesn't just cost 1,000 yen when converted. It's literally just the same meat wedged between the same bun. It costs way more than that. Low that they can serve it at this price. Anyone who's traveled abroad gets it. This is a 7-1 blowout. Bad news. Japan becomes a country where we can't even afford it. Alright, you degenerates listening. It's OP. You're probably wasting another completely unproductive day, either packed in a commuter train smelling sweaty old dudes, or rotting in bed in the dead of night doom scrolling in the dark, right? I feel you. That post-nut clarity kind of emptiness, that permanent moratorium on your life. Tomorrow's just gonna be another day of school, or wage cucking at your dead-end job, waiting to slap you in the face. Don't worry, I'm right there in the trenches with you. But hey, today I'm gonna hit you with a reality check so brutal, it'll wake you the hell up. Brace yourselves. After you hear this, you're gonna sigh every single time you eat lunch from tomorrow on. So, here's today's topic. Bad news. Japan becomes a country where we can't even afford a hamburger. How's that? Just reading the thread title reeks of absolute despair, right? Anyway, before we get into the meat of it, let me give you a quick breakdown of how this is gonna go. So, here's the flow. Chapter 1. The anecdotal evidence of bad news. Japan becomes a country where we can't even afford a hamburger. Chapter 2. The brutal mechanics behind the weak yen and purchasing power parity. And the final chapter, Chapter 3. Are you gonna eat Mac tomorrow, or just give up? We're doing this in 3 parts. Keep up, lads. Alright, let's jump right into Chapter 1. Bad news, Japan becomes a country where we can't even afford a hamburger. So look, the other day, I dropped by the Mac in front of the station on my way home from work. I'd spent the whole damn day at my corporate slave job, pounding on my keyboard, kissing my boss's ass, thinking, ugh, I am so done. Inside, it smelled like good old Greece, with that iconic Tyro-Ree sound of Fry's cooking playing as the background music. Truly an oasis for us degenerates. So, I ordered my usual Big Mac meal. I sit down, pop open the box, and take a bite out of that sauce-drenched Big Mac. I'm scrolling on my phone with one hand, thinking, man, this junk food hits right in the field. Just the daily routine of your average burnt-out salaryman. Then, I was mindlessly browsing some news articles online, and the prices of Mac in other countries caught my eye. The moment I saw it, I almost let out a weird noise like, Nani? What the fuck? Huh? What's that? You're asking how much it was? Listen here. Depending on the country, a Big Mac meal doesn't just cost 1,000 yen when converted. It costs way more than that easily. The same shit we usually eat for barely over a single 500 yen coin costs as much as some fancy cafe lunch overseas. When I realized that, this wave of despair just washed over me. I was like, is the burger I eat every day basically bottom-tier poverty food on a global scale? Are you shitting me? Some of you lads might be listening to this while stuffing your face with Mac right now. But did you know that from the world's perspective, Japan has become a poor as hell country? Huh? You didn't know? Yep, you just proved you're totally clueless. You guys are sheltered to an embarrassing degree. So, why the hell did it end up like this? Now we're getting into the real shit. This brings us to Chapter 2, the brutal mechanics behind the weak yen and purchasing power parity. Have you degenerates ever heard of the Big Mac Index? Huh? Is it tasty or something? No, you goober. This ain't about whether it tastes good or not. Look, there's this famous authoritative British economics magazine called The Economist that all the bigwigs read. It's the world's easiest to understand method for comparing exchange rates that they publish every year. It's famous as an indicator that even non-experts can wrap their heads around. Tipping the big words, here's the too long, didn't read version. No matter where you go in the world, they sell McDonald's Big Macs, right? The amount of meat, the quality of the buns, the lettuce. It's pretty much the exact same everywhere. It's like comparing the price of a juice that has the exact same quality globally. Since it's the exact same product, it should technically have the same value everywhere in the world, right? The smart-ass term for this is purchasing power parity. Take notes, this will be on the test. But in reality, the price varies wildly depending on the country. So, the Big Mac Index tries to use that as a baseline to measure if current exchange rates actually make sense, and whether a country's currency is overvalued or undervalued. The trick is pretty simple, ain't it? For example, let's say we go to America and walk into a Mac guy. You order a Big Mac with your broken English like, "I want this one, please," and then you look at the register screen and go, huh? You'd think, what the hell, is this number wrong? Because it'd show $5, or probably even more than that. If you calculate that with our current weak yen, you're gonna go yikes at the price. On the flip side, what about Mac in Japan? They greet you with a smiley arashamaze, and you get change back from a 500 yen coin. Hey! It's literally just the same meat wedged between the same buns. Why the hell is the price so different? You'd think that, right? If purchasing power parity, meaning the logic of equal value, holds up, $5 should equal 450 yen. That means $1 should be around 90 yen, logically. But look at the actual exchange rate on the news right now. How much is $1? It's way weaker for the yen, right? In short, looking at the currency market, the Japanese yen is insanely undervalued compared to what a burger should actually be worth. It's dirt cheap. Hey, wipe your tears, bro. The correlation here is an absolute unit. Numbers don't lie, but liars use numbers. But this is legit data put out by The Economist. It might go against your intuition, but this is reality. Huh? What's that? Japan's corporate effort is amazing, so they can offer it cheap. We should be proud. There it is. That point sounds like it makes sense, but it's totally brain dead. Corporate effort sounds nice, but humans only see what they want to see. If you keep thinking with that sunshine and rainbows logic, you're gonna get played. Sure, there are exceptions, but I'm telling you to look at the big picture. Listen up. The price of a Big Mac in every country is determined by lumping together local ingredient costs, local part-time labor costs, and store rent. So, the fact that Japan's Big Mac is abnormally cheaper than in America or other countries means, conversely, that Japanese wages are garbage and our overall prices have sunk so low that they can serve it at this price. That's the hard truth. I knew it. Anyone who's traveled abroad gets it, right? Not that I ever have, though. I hear if you try to eat Mac in Hawaii, it's so expensive your eyes will pop out of your skull. It's not that Hawaii is expensive. It's just that the Japanese yen is so pathetic that it makes them look relatively expensive. Just checking if a Big Mac is more or less expensive than back home when you travel overseas tells you everything about that country's price levels. It's a brutal system where our wallets just keep getting lighter. This ain't the time to be cheering for a weak yen. For us guys soaking in a deflation mindset, it's a shocking reality check. Anyway, now that I've completely killed the mood, let's move to the final chapter. Chapter 3. Are you gonna eat Mac tomorrow, or just give up? Hearing all this, what do you degenerates think? This is no time for you guys to be obsessing over Kachaging sales rankings, getting all giddy saying, this game is a god tier absolute, where this game is dead. Your own life sales ranking is nosediving straight into dead game territory on a global scale. You're blind to it, taking home a measly yen, eating Juden or Mac every day, throwing a few thousand yen at microtransactions occasionally, and you're satisfied with that. The reason Japan is so cheap compared to the rest of the world is because our wages are completely dead. Fun fact for you, man, I really can't see a future. Zero chance of a raise at my corporate slave job, and my bonus is literally pocket money. We're at 2 outs, huh? Nah, this is a 7-1 blowout. Game completely over. But hey, looking at it another way. In a country where wages are this cooked, you can still eat a Big Mac in the 400 yen range. In a way, isn't that a screwed up kind of miracle? To the overseas folks, Japan is a paradise where you can eat cheap, delicious food. While the inbound tourist normies are smugly eating high-end sushi, we're quietly nibbling on our cheap Big Macs. Put your feelings aside and listen. It's precisely because it's so cheap that bottom feeders like us can somehow survive without starving to death. Japan is the best. Prices are so low. I'm saying this with a trembling voice, though. Well, you've got to separate what you can change from what you can't. Us bitching about it here ain't gonna magically double our paychecks tomorrow. There's always someone better off, and always someone worse off. We just have to convince ourselves. There are way more brain-dead people out there. So I'm doing all right and keep living on cheap burgers tomorrow. Truly a learning experience, eh? Man, sorry for making you waste your time on this stupid rant. But you learned a little something, right? This thread is so dead I can't even laugh my ass off. So just smash that subscribe button for this stream, would ya? Your support might pay for my next lunch. Well, that's cap as hell, though. All this talking made me hungry, and also completely hollow inside. Well, not my problem, anyway. The discussions hit a wall, and I gotta be up early tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep. Oh yeah, I'll drop a preview for tomorrow. Next time I'm explaining the appeal to pity fallacy. Look forward to it. Alright, we're done here. Thread dismissed. Rip God. Go to sleep, you degenerates.